What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Savoy. And we're going to begin going through the Savoy Songbook, Volume 1, 2007. Thank you again to Graham. And apparently this features a handful of tunes not from any of their other albums, as well as re-recordings of a number of their actual album tracks. So we'll go through the non-album tracks first, the first of which being, I think, Karma Boomerang. I like the idea, karma, the idea that your actions will ultimately be revisited upon you in terms of their character and or their morality. So if you're good to other people, eventually through, let's say, metaphysical or preternatural means, good things will come back to you. But if you are immoral or unpleasant or outright mean to other people, that's the type of experience and emotion that will come back your way. And whether or not you link that to a particular supernatural belief system, I think most people in their everyday perceptions of reality at least acknowledge the possibility of that. I suppose the idea that, someone never gets what's coming to them, that is also common. So karma, I think, is seen, I guess is my point, in a more secular and just socio-cultural way. The idea that by and large, and maybe with some notable exceptions, people behaving in a certain way is likely to be returned to them in kind. And then the idea of a boomerang is, of course, an artifact for sport or entertainment which is thrown in one direction and which loops around and returns to the thrower if you use it in a way that I think is not necessarily guaranteed, which is to say, I think you can throw a boomerang, and if you don't do it in the right way, it's not going to swing around and come back to you. But I get the idea, the kinetic visualization of the idea of karma as it is used in a particular human artifact. So I like the phrasing of the title. There's a bit of poetry to it, even though it's also on a very everyday kind of level. So let's give it a listen. This is Savoy. The tune is Karma Boomerang, and it's one of the non-album tracks included on their Savoy Songbook, Volume 1, 2007.
We
Has a bright, happy feel to it sonically. I like tracks where both Paul and Lauren sing. I think Lauren sounds good here. Admittedly, it is what I think some people have referred to as their little girl voice, in the verses anyway. In the choruses, when they're doubling each other, I feel like it's a more straightaway delivery, but nevertheless, I really enjoy that one sonically and vocally. Lyrically, there's a couple words where I'm not hearing it clearly, like throwing coins in, and at first I thought it was a fountain, which is, the idea of hoping that something will happen to the in the future, and something good. The idea that throwing something away, or like directed away from you, will then come back around in kind, although like figuratively. The idea of, giving away something of value will mean something of value will come back to you. But then it sounded like the word wasn't fountain, it was something else, and then it was like throw the coins in the karma, like come around or something like that, or turn around maybe. Come around is what it sounded like more. But yeah, so I don't know the phrasing of some of the lines, but I think the general feeling or essence of the themes at play seems pretty clear. But also, like, going down Karma Street, was it? So I think it's using the idea of karma in some different real world phrasings or ideas, and thus is exploring the concept of karma in some different down-to-earth configurations. So yeah, ultimately I like, not only was there some like forte sort of guitar playing, including I think on an acoustic guitar, there were some of these like deep pulses, which I think were actually like guitar hits, but they had some real power to them. And then there was this, I think, like synth or keyboard layer at the top. It was almost trilling, like going back and forth very quickly. And then we got to that section near the end where it was like the guitar had some effects on it, or it felt very almost like psychedelic. So I enjoyed that unexpected interlude. So yeah, a really cool track. I think that could have absolutely worked on one of their albums, maybe like Lackluster Me or something, which I know was a little bit before this, but yeah, I think that's a definite album-worthy track, and surprising that they didn't find a place for it on one of the records, but cool to have it on this compilation. Do let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.